There you go. There you go. That's what this market is. Sushi dipped in cheese. Don't believe me? Well, look at here. Look at this shit. Okay? Alright, we got the volume shelf. Now, what's interesting here? Well, it's that we're spending all this time here within this gap. Remember, we filled the gap. We're still up here, right? I'm not saying we're not gonna go down to 9. We probably are. That's what bears really need to break down, is this volume shelf here and get under 4,500. Can they do it? Shows my range says this is the low and that is the high of the range. So later on in the week, if we go down, maybe I'll play a bounce on SPY. Okay? Wonderful. Now, Wayfair, that was an awesome trade out the gate, boom, and then rolled up. Beautiful. Let's see if we get some continuation tomorrow. Look at this 5-minute stow wants to go again. But regardless, beautiful move, beautiful breakout, wonderful from this area here. All right, there's plenty of these. Okay, IWM, I know all the indices have been doing this, but that is packing a power punch move. Because again, this is the daily of SPX. You got upward movement. On IWM, going sideways, baby. Sliding into the DMs right here. Here, we had it set up nicely here. So this is either going to reject really hard, or it's going to start squeezing. Now, looking at shitty individual stocks tells me upside. But again, what I want to mention is, posted the article on or in the chat that they're introducing even more zero DTEs to this shit show of market. So let's see what happens with that. VIX, did it fill the gap? Let us look. Like did it? Not quite. So look for that gap fill. And if we go up, it still needs to fill the gap. So look for that. When that happens, obviously market's going to move up on that. Now the 10-year yield, that is what I've been looking for. For this to not get through the 9 and the 89 all the way to the 21 or higher is going to be quite the task. So while everybody's saying, oh my God, we're going to be drilling soon, I still, yes, even if we sell down freaking, even if we feel, this whole gap here, or even this one here, we're still in full bullish mode. Okay, that's going to be, something we'll have to deal with. But a rotation, I'm just playing what's moving here. You know what I mean? What else can we do? But anyways, if it's true that they're introducing zeros to oil, that would mean that they're manufacturing a exit liquidity move on oil, in my opinion. KRE, keep an eye on this. I know it closed under the 9. Who cares? It either fills this gap or it's going to get going off the 89 here. We got a lot of Fed speakers, and I'm just looking at this if we can get some upward momentum, because I keep messing with those contracts. We got Fed speakers this week. That's the best chance this has, okay, in my opinion. Now, still, no put wall. Yeah, a little puts on that sell, but come on. I want to see this in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, okay? And again, all day, boom. Take note of that. Obviously, we're in it and we played it. Those contracts were pretty nice at one point today. Now, let's start off with Amazon, because we took 96% on this, right? Okay, now you could argue this is a funky inverted head and shoulders, and it really wants to go up to here. Because it's staying above this volume shelf, right? It's nothing really here stopping it to go up there. Okay, now end of day obviously looked a little fugly. So what? All it needs to do is put in another stick like that in the morning. But that was a beautiful trade nevertheless. Stowe's ready to curl back up, so keep an eye on it. We had that sell on Meta today. We had kind of actually last week we drew in this Head and Shoulders came a little early, but nevertheless that happened. I'm not in it right now. We played it so much. But this guy here at the end today, it again and again, draw in this for the love of stock market, draw in this trend line, okay? Once it gets above this, it's gonna get going, okay? We've had this setup on many stocks, and we've played the break, and then, you know, if you hold or add on the retest, okay? So draw that in on the 1 hour UPST, relative strength in the end of day. And that's saying something, and this was a beautiful move as well in the morning. Now Coinbase finally took out that spot. So where can it run to? Anywhere it wants, really. And I want to point out, because we're dealing premiums, if you look on the chain on different weeks, you will notice that December 15th specifically, which is 1 day, because remember, we got that ETF window to December 9th, okay? The week after that, December 15th, that day has higher strikes than any other, okay? Now, where could this go to? I'll tell you. If this really pops hard and goes nuts, it can go all the way up to here. Why? Because that's the MA cross. Okay? So I'm looking at some lottos up there. You know I am. We'll see if we get a pullback. We should. Hood on ETF news, same thing, is gonna go absolutely wild, and this one's being suppressed. I don't care about the articles and this and that. This needs to go to the 21 and then go fill this gap. Okay, now I'm a little bummed I didn't play Zscaler. I said it's probably gonna dump on earnings and then they're gonna buy it up, but I got a little cold feet. That was an easy 1000% trade that I didn't take, and nothing wrong with that. I'm gonna be looking for it to do what PanW did. What do you mean? I'll show you. Same sector, not as awesome of a company, but here, the 1 hour is gonna show it better. You had earnings absolutely dumped, chopped around for a few days, and again, like all these tech names that have dumped on earnings and has a run back up. So keep an eye out for that on ZS. They might mess with the premium, so watch out, okay? Now LRCX or Nvidia, you could argue a double top. Yes, that's what it is. However, we got that Nvidia thing tomorrow. Keep an eye on it. I'm gonna check the premiums on this shit right at open. We already covered how beautiful Wayfair was. Target right back under that level. Remember, I keep saying 130, 150 needs to hold. It's unable to do so. It'll pop its head above, and here you got that level that it needs to break. I'm gonna put an alert there. Okay. PayPal, pretty good all day. You know, got in it, still holding, nothing too crazy. Google, 138, didn't do shit. Nvidia had some nice action, then they kind of creamed the contract. Same with Tesla. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days in this gap here. Is gonna have a move soon. It is, and now because of that chug here, it's, you know, I'm like, are we here? Are we here? What's going on? Still has been higher this year. Cybertruck coming out. Apple up back over 190. I mean, what is this chart? You tell me. Who knows? I mean, it's dog shit, but it is what it is, right? So though I'm looking at the same names, trying to narrow it down to these shitty stocks. If the contracts are up tomorrow, I'll hold for 5-10 minutes, see if they go. If they don't start going, I'm gonna sell and I'm gonna deep buy. Okay, very, very simple. I posted the range of the SPX weekly range, and I kind of showed it already. But basically, the top is up here, a little short of, you know, it's right there where we started the sell from, and the low is pretty much this red line here, a little bit underneath here somewhere. Okay, so we're very much range bound still. If we go down here into end of week, I know people are going to be hammering into puts, and if this doesn't show a lot of puts, I'm going to be buying calls and trying to get to that high of week. Tomorrow we have Fed out in droves. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Cannot wait for Goolsby and Barr and Bowman and you name it. Okay, we'll see what they say. The NAMO, last time we checked, was looking good. Is it still looking good? Let's see. Update, baby. Yes, still flagging. Okay, it's been a 9-day chop here, you know. So that's where we're at, guys. So we're gonna apply the same type of approach tomorrow. Here, I mean, we've been rocking this RSI here, so it needs to cool down a little bit. But look at this stow. I mean, is this natural? Nothing natural about this. Okay, this is steroids, you know, plastic surgery, you name it. Okay. But with that said, let's see how the market, and especially oil, because, you know, whatever regarding precious metals, but let's see how oil reacts to these supposed zero DTEs. I think if we keep getting this rotation we see here on SPY and QQQ, I mean, this is SPY end of day. They were loading calls. Okay, loading calls. And then you got Amazon, and well, let's compare to QQQ. I mean, that's what they were doing. Not a lot of ghost candles, nothing like that. IWM steady all day. And again, look on the 15th. This seems very weird to me that shows up, because it doesn't really show up on the flow or on today's. This is kind of counter. That might be a glitch, but SPY, there you see rotational stuff. Are we due for a pullback? Yeah. So we'll see where we land with that. At all times, this market can sell. It can literally do what Meta did today, but harder. So don't be like caught off guard by that. Stay light. Let's play the shitty stocks this week until something budges. All right. God bless.